Hello and welcome to my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Today we're looking at some new Rush Duel cards which are supporting directly Luke's deck. The first card is Hypernova. This is a normal spell card with the requirement you can activate if you control two face-up monsters, must be level 7 non-light dragon types, and the effect is to choose one monster in your graveyard, must be a light attribute dragon type, and special summon it face-up on your side of the field. Now as the main rival, he has dragon type monsters, so that's not a problem. Whether he has that many light attributes at the moment, I don't think he does, but I'm sure there'll be further support in the future which will actually work well with this card. The condition is a bit limiting because you do need to have very specific types of monsters. They have to be exactly level 7 and they have to be anything but light, but other than that it's an okay condition. Jamset is a normal spell card with the requirement you can activate by placing one normal monster, must be level 2 or lower psychic type, in your graveyard on top of your deck. The effect is to choose one face-up monster, must be level 8 or lower, your opponent controls, and place it on top of their owner's deck. If you place Can D on top of your deck for this effect's requirement, you can also choose up to 2 monsters in your opponent's graveyard and shuffle them into the deck. This card is meant to be a bit like Phoenix Wing Blast in that it sets your opponent's monster back a turn because they then have to draw into that card again and then resummon it. It's very useful on level 7 and 8 monsters which require 2 tributes because that's actually going to cost your opponent some more of their resources. It does gain the benefit of being able to stop some of your opponent's monsters if they're set up in the graveyard for anything, but the biggest concern is simply you do have to rank Candy and it's a very weak monster. It's so weak and so unusable within most of the decks that actually I don't understand why it is being supported within any sub-archetype. And the final card is Fiendish Commander Deadly Duel. This is a normal trap card with the requirement you can activate when your opponent's monster declares an attack on your face-up monster. It must be a warrior type. The effect, the attacking monster loses 400 attack until the end of the turn. If you control a face-up monster, must be a level 8 or higher warrior type. You can also choose one spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. The condition on this card isn't bad. I think Gakuto specializes on using warrior type monsters anyway. There are so many different decks and even just generic cards that are warrior types. The condition and the effect are not really that useful. The 400 attack point stat reduction, that might be able to trick your opponent into attacking it slightly, but the other condition it has to meet to get the additional effect is it has to be a level 8 or higher warrior type monster. So we're talking about things that are stronger than a Buster Blader, so things that are going to need 2 tributes at least. And if you think most of the high level monsters that are level 10 or even above that have been maximum monsters, so you have to be running very specific types of cards within your deck to get just a Mystical Space Typhoon effect. Of the 3 cards, nothing particularly stands out for me. I would say probably the last one is the best one, the Fiendish Commander Deadly Duel, but the other ones are just easily forgettable and I don't think they'll see any competitive play. What do you guys think of these cards? Is there anything you'd like to play? Is there any specific deck within this that is your favourite? Or do you think all of these are very unworthy within most decks to even consider? Whatever you think, leave those comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily Yu-Gi-Oh content.